engineering world, there are many famous people who influence the technological advancement. Inside them, someone very important is Steve Wozniak, also known as Woz. He is an American computer engineer, programmer, philanthropist, and technology entrepreneur. Wozniak lives in Los Gatos, California. He applied for Australian citizenship in 2012, and he said that he would like to live in Melbourne, Australia in the future. Regarding his religious views, Wozniak has called himself an atheist or agnostic. As extra information about his personal life, Wozniak's favorite game is Tetris for the Game Boy. In fact, in the 1990s, he sent so many Tetris high scores to Nintendo Power that they stopped printing his scores. So he started sending them under the reverse name Evets Kenso. Also, he used to watch Star Trek. It was his favorite series, and it was one of the main things that incited him to enter the technology world. He studied at the University of California at Berkeley, which he later left to work at Hewlett Packard. In his spare time, he works alongside other young computer enthusiasts at the Palo Alto Homebrew Computer Club.
Although he doesn't have an engineering degree in mechatronics and is very known for his talent in programming. We believe that he was very influential in our career since he was one of the pioneers of engineering and programming, and our career is based very much on that. And now let's talk about their professional life. Before he found Apple, he used to design calculators from Hewlett Packard, HP. Well, in 1971, his friend introduced him to the well-known Steve Jobs, we will compare him, and it was after this that he convinced Wozniak to create a commercial computer. Speaking a little more about professional information, in that time Wozniak was more older than Jobs for 5 years, but Jobs was more taller than him. Anyway, and a little time later, he used to work with Steve Jobs in 1976. He became co-founder and the well-known Apple company, and he was one of the masterminds behind the creation of the Apple I and the Apple II, which was the best-selling computers between the late 1970s and early 1980s.
Wozniak spoke about his role as an engineer in the creation of the Apple I and Apple II, and how he worked with Steve Jobs to achieve his goals. As Wozniak says, he was the businessman, I just want to do the engineer part and to be allowed to work. So, in a way, Wozniak was more intelligent than Jobs, but Jobs was more sociable or convincing than Woz, and that helped him a lot in business matters. That's why Woz preferred to be behind everything, just working but achieving these goals they had equally. He was successful with Apple, but he didn't used to be so happy, so he left the company in 1985 to undertake personal projects. Just 2 years later, he developed the first universal remote control patented by his company Cloud9. Currently, Steve Wozniak has joined Space Boom and he has created his own company, which is called Privateer Space. This company promises to be respectful of space and allow